What happens when you get a group of 20 18-year-olds together and hand them each a boarding pass to a plane heading for Washington, D.C.? Maybe the same thing that happens when you hand them subway passes and itineraries filled to the brim with an all-caps warning sign to bring comfortable shoes. You get an adventure and memories that will last a lifetime. I've never had a pack for just myself before, and it felt like the first step to the independence and responsibility I'm going to be facing in just a few short months. Or in one very long summer. But packing gets you thinking, and thinking gets you fearing. I was a little anxious and scared, and honestly what I was thinking the most was, am I really going to do this? Who do I think I am traveling without my mother at my side? I know I'm going to forget something important. Did I pack enough underwear? Is there a bathroom on the plane, or do I need to start fasting from water ASAP? What if a knife magically appears in my suitcase and I get arrested by the TSA in Washington? Am I really ready for this? But now I can say, you need to do this. You have your mother on speed dial and forever as a voice inside your head. Yes, you are going to forget your hairbrush, but it's okay because you can just borrow Lacey's. 6 pairs of underwear is more than enough for 3 nights. Just go easy on the food trucks. Yes, planes have bathrooms, knives can't teleport, and you're ready if you think you are. So I was. Full disclosure, this was the first plane ride of my life, and it was not the greatest experience. I kind of felt like I was in a pressurized tin can, and all I really remember is that my head was swimming and we were about 2 minutes away from Barfsville had the flight gone on any longer. But turbulence and nausea aside, we landed somewhat safely in Washington, D.C. And for a minute back there, with my head quite literally above the clouds, I did get it. The allure of the feeling of flying. It must be wonderful to be a bird. The subway. It seems so odd to me that something so common and necessary in others' lives can be such a strange and unique occurrence in mine, but here we are. It turns out the world's pretty big after all. Learning to ride the subway was like being handed IKEA furniture and an instruction manual written in Japanese. All the pieces were there, and for all intents and purposes, I could attempt it on my own, but translation was more than appreciated. There were some mishaps along the way, a learning curve that consisted of both misplaced items and people, and a dash of this very daring rescue I filmed on the first subway ride. But at the end of the day, the pieces to the puzzle clicked and we got where we needed to go. DC welcomed us with cherry blossoms and about 7 gallons of rain dunked directly on our heads, reserving another 3 to most kindly soak our feet on the flooded sidewalks. Maybe not the most pleasant of White House introductions, but definitely among the most memorable. We were styled for our first glimpse of the president's home with a very chic, wet dog out of a sewer look that has been dominating runways for some time now. And as much as we wished to stay, we were also very cold, damp, and chastised by an angry man on the sidewalk. So we were in and out pretty quick. So goes the hustle and bustle of capital city life. next morning, I was greeted with a sense of very stiff muscles and very stale breath. Nothing a quick stretch and brush couldn't cure. However poor you sleep, there's something so refreshing about waking up in a hotel room, especially when you're with friends. You just can't help but get tangled up in the excitement. My favorite thing about traveling is that cavalier feeling of being wholesomely unburdened. Senior year has been a lot. My workload has seemed to simultaneously pile up a mile high and expand the width of an elephant. Yet, I like to think I've been doing a pretty good job at this balancing act. However, it is nice to just get away from it all, to allow myself to forget for a little while, to leave the student behind and feel like an actual person for a bit. Don't get me wrong, I love school and challenging my mind, but sometimes I genuinely just feel like a productivity machine, always keeping up with deadlines and checking off a million things on endless to-do lists. But here, my only to-do list was to keep up with my teacher's legendary power walk, snap 100 photos, and share deep conversations with some of my favorite people. And that is a to-do list that the teenage girl in me thoroughly enjoyed, because I really don't let her call the shots very much. It was nice to feel normal for a while. My version of normal, at least.
Oh, hey.
When I was little, I discovered a book series called The Gallagher Girls. It's about this private school called the Gallagher Academy for Exceptional Young Women. However, they failed to mention just exactly how exceptional these women are in the advertisements. It's a school for female spies, and it was at least 50% of my personality for the entirety of middle school. My favorite thing about this series was the recurring themes of sisterhood, the principles of friendship, and the idea that at some point in my life, I would have a core group that would never fail to have my back. Reading makes friendship look so easy. I didn't realize it was going to take a lot more work. But after surviving sharing a hotel room with 3 people I wholeheartedly love, I've started to realize that it's more than worth the effort. And if you do it right, you get a ride or die. My very own Gallagher Girls.
Let's see, are you ready? I'm kind of scared.
At this height, I feel it's more than appropriate to talk about perspective. There's so much you have to take into account when you're planning out your future. You have to see things from the student scope and 2 brands of daughter lenses. You have to add the sisterhood tint and step into some closed-toed career prep heels. But you can't let go of your dreamer binoculars. Those optimism safety goggles stored in your back pocket. Adventure cap under elbow. Being yourself can be hard. Because that never means being the same thing. Depending on where you are and what you're supposed to do, you have to become someone else each time. And you're not being fake, you're just being a different you. That's how you survive and adjust to thrive. Seeing things from a different angle doesn't change the scene, but it reminds you that life is 3-dimensional. And whoever looks so big and scary up close will always be an ant on the sidewalk from the top of the Washington Monument. Exhausted beyond words does not even begin to describe how we all collectively felt at this stage of the trip. It turns out walking is quite the workout.
Built Manor, tonight at 10/9 Central.
But, at least for me, all I need is a little sunshine and a lot of coffee, and I'm good to go. But for real, I don't understand how some people can hate the sun. I thrive on those early rays of sunlight and even the suffocating midday shine. I think in another life I was some sort of photosynthetic being because I swear the sun feels like my best friend sometimes. It's hard to resist an outing with such tempting skies. Sleep can wait for a bit. And today on Places on Earth that make you feel like you're on another planet, quite a strong contender. There's such an emanating sense of peace and respect here, ardently and faithfully protected by the military. It was both an honor and a joy to visit, especially on such a lovely day. The Holocaust Museum is not for the faint of heart, but it's an important stop on this trip, and it can be quite inspiring. There are stories here, stories of tragedy and despair, but also of strength and courage. Rebellions both simple and grand, but brave all the same. And it's a place that really showcases the importance of documentation, the impact and place that film and photography have in history. It's important to make things known, to publish the evidence, to let the world after you know beyond the shadow of a doubt. It's a reminder to live obviously and loudly, to leave hints behind to future generations of what your life was like, how you choose to be brave. Be strong and of good courage. This trip is how I chose to be brave. And beyond that, this channel is how I choose to be brave. It's scary, physically and digitally, putting yourself out there. But the best things can come from letting go of your fears. I get to live a life I could never before have imagined. And I get to express my creativity in ways I'd never dreamed of before. I can confidently say that I have no regrets, and that I feel very strong indeed.
I wanted to photobomb at least one.
I didn't know exactly what to expect from the central hub of our nation, and I've never been off on my own without my family. But there's a first time for everything. And something about this felt like the beginning of something else. The catalyst to the rest of my life. High school is ending, and this felt like a window into whatever else is out there. I learned a lot on this trip, both about the world and about myself. So, world, meet girl. Girl,